Black codes, what is it? It's the spark of the thought that takes root, the aspect of free thought in a world that tries to stop the spread. 10 toes down, front line for the people. We speak life to those that can and will hold that power. Of course, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you take offense, then obviously we're talking to you. So welcome, have a seat, and join the discussion, because class is in session. Black Codes, Foundation 101.
How y'all doing today? Welcome to the Black Codes Podcast. I'm Dex.
It's your boy Frank Starfire.
D to the OT.
And your boy Ketter.
Alright, so we got an interesting episode for you guys, but first and foremost, how y'all week been?
Yo, this week has been kind of I ain't gonna lie, yo, it's been a weird week for me, man. I've been kind of looking at things. You know, man, I came to the realization, like, this is a year of many firsts for me. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time I moved out of New York. It's the first time I've been to California. You know what I'm saying? This is like really just the first time I'm just kind of just doing me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I can't lie. I can't even hold you. I am enjoying the shit out of it. Like, it's just it's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? I've always, like, you know, lived with my brothers, and my brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? And you know, just to be able to do something different, a whole different place. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's funny. It doesn't feel like it's gotten to that point now, and I'm amazed it happened so quickly. But it doesn't feel like I'm not home anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I can say I feel at home in this part of Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm really liking that. And you know, just to keep moving forward, man. Just that's what it's about. It's just progression and stay progression. Like, you know, I love this. Like, this is cool, man. I've just been reflecting on my last few months and shit, and you know, gonna realize that I'm kind of content and enjoying things. I like it, man. I mean, I love you guys, man. This shit's good. You know, all right.
Anybody else want to offer anything about their week?
Yeah, I could talk about my week. It was a brand new week. Started a brand new job. Yeah, man.
Meeting new people. How's that going?
I mean, I ain't really meet nobody. Yeah, you know how that goes.
Any chicks?
No, sir.
He trying to incriminate this nigga. I was like, you know his girl.
You don't know what that man talking about. I be in there trying to get to the money. I be in work, to be honest, thinking about ways to not work no more. That's what I look at work as, for real.
No doubt.
Y'all paying me to figure out, y'all paying me to figure out how I'm really gonna get to it, like. Because we got to start from somewhere, so I'm going to play my role right now, stack this money up, and then the business is going to get bigger.
Damn right.
So I think about that every day. That's motivation.
Thanks to that.
You already know.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, man.
My week, shit. Another week, enjoying life. That's all I could ever do. And that's all you should ever do. But, anybody else? How was your week, Kevin?
That's all you did this week?
Shit, worked and went home.
You gotta have some activity in that motherfucker.
Worked and went home, man.
Nah, but my week, man. My week was. Nah, on second thought, I do want to share something with y'all. You feel me? Because it's been a real interesting week.
Right.
You know, just like you, I started a new job this week too. You know what I'm saying? So that's an exciting experience.
Yeah.
But I feel like we in a transitional type of thing. You know, the show is starting to take on more aspects. You know what I mean? More ideas are being thrown into the pot. Like, new things is to come, and so that's really exciting. Then in life, I'm starting to realize some of the things that's like maybe held myself personally back. And with all of this transition, it's exciting to be able to see what held you back before and to apply it to this new transition. I say I started a new job. It's we're not gonna talk about the job on air. We're not gonna start it off like that. But the new job, it's like, okay, these are the things I learned working in the workforce this amount of time. So you apply that shit to the next time you do something, you know, and you apply that shit across the board. It's all about learning and living. So there's been a lot of learning and living this week. That's what I'm going through. A lot of learning and living. And when you learn to live, That shit set you free.
Damn right.
Word. That was true.
I know you
That was
feel
true.
me, dog.
That was the thing, man.
But yeah, like what's going on? What's going on with y'all? Like y'all gave me little tidbits, man. I know y'all growing every day.
You know what's funny, man? Look, truth of the matter is, man. Lately, like I said, like this guy, I've been using all my time just to plot and plan and strategize, plot, strategize. You know what I mean? And just to focus on the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I know we about to. Like I said, this is jumping off and this is going good. You know what I'm saying? So, the next progression is to get everything together. I know we got the film Brothers that's working out. You know what I'm saying? Finishing the script on that. You know what I mean?
It's a wild plot we got on Brothers. Too.
You know, so that's a blessing.
Coming soon.
You know,
Stay tuned.
And just recognizing that there's just a lot of things that are just going in and going on. So sometimes you got to take a step back and view things objectively. You know what I'm saying? And shift things around. You know what I'm saying, move your knight to King 4 and shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta really just kind of plot your moves out. You know what I'm saying? And I do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly in my brain. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'll be sitting there. I'll be playing the game, writing, doing whatever the hell I'm doing, but I'm constantly working angles and shifting things in the brain. You know what I'm saying? Around in here, just to and learning new things about myself. And that's always a blessing. Just to try and do new things. You know what I'm saying? And stretch your boundaries a bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my next task, is to stretch the boundaries of what I've got going on even further. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, like, I've been doing a lot of hypnosis on myself, right?
This is, man.
Serious. A lot of hypnosis on myself. So my next wavelength is to try and unlock that psychic development in there. Because I feel like
trying to be like Dr. Strange.
No, I'm trying. No, that's magic, man. I'm not trying to work the mystical. I'm trying to utilize my brain. You know what I'm saying? Yo, red and yellow, man. You know what I'm saying? Red and yellow. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're trying to stretch your frequencies.
I'm trying to stretch my frequencies to the umpteenth degree, because I recognize that in this day and age, it's going to be this that's going to be the manifestation of everything. I'm trying to.
You can't have this healthy until this is healthy.
Oh, you're damn right. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. You know how much meat I've had this week?
How much?
None.
That's what I like to hear.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't eating no meat this week.
Man, go to the shop, right? Get you some black bean burgers. Them shit is on point.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
I'm telling you.
I had it.
I ain't about these black bean burgers.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Wegmans, bro?
He's not wrong. I had one once by accident, and it was not bad.
Can you explain the flavor?
Son, that shit tastes like a burrito, but a burger burrito.
Yeah.
Burger burrito.
Son, I can't.
It's like if you got the refried beans
right.
on your taco or whatever, and it has that taste to it, but it doesn't have that consistency.
You're the third
right
person
down the
that
street,
told me that.
man. Wegmans right down the
Everything
street got them
come
shit.
in
They a little pricey. I ain't gonna hold you. But
Everything, eating healthy is expensive as shit.
if it's organic, you're gonna pay for it.
You know what I mean? That's why I try and grow my own shit. I want to start a hydroponic farm, tomatoes, berries, and things.
Yo,
like
my
that.
man just lost I'm gonna say 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen him yesterday. He said, yo, just eating better. I said, yo, you working out? You do 200 pounds. My man was also offensive tackle in college football.
Criminy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he lost 200 pounds. He looked great.
Eating right?
Yeah.
No working out, no nothing. Just eating right.
See that power.
Shout out to my man B.I.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a real thing. I'll tell you all the time, man. I used to be about 275. You know what I mean? I'm 191 now. And the biggest change I did was I stopped putting sugar and cream in my coffee.
Right.
That's the main thing I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just eat a little bit better. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm a freaking health nut, because damn it, I like my snack cakes and my
I
damn
took the
cookies.
cream out the coffee, not the
You know what I mean?
Couple
But
scoops.
yeah,
I can't even drink coffee.
Oh God,
I heard it's good for you.
survive
Though.
like
I heard
that.
it's good for you.
I just want the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It never tastes as good as it smells.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm just smelling the
Should've
French
tasted.
vanilla, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna have a good big gulp of
And it
vanilla.
doesn't.
That's why I stick to the hot chocolate. Keep it simple. Make me a hot chocolate with a little bit of cream on top.
Like that's deception at its
No,
finest.
I'll tell you how you do that, and I ain't gonna lie. Here's what you got to do to get that vanilla flavor. Like if you really want a French vanilla coffee,
We going over coffee recipes.
I'm just going to
Come on,
give
this
it
is the foundation.
I'm gonna give you one.
This foundation 101. Hold on.
What's
This
been
black
going
code.
on?
And we go to
I'm gonna give you a quick
recipes.
coffee recipe. If you really want that good French vanilla infusion, you have to
I don't
actually
really
give it to
drink
the
some-
audience.
I'm not
Give it to
gonna
the
drink
audience.
But what
coffee,
you
bro.
do is, here, you take an actual couple of sprigs of vanilla. Chef Zeke will back me up on this. You take a couple actual sprigs of vanilla and and kind of cut them up a little bit. Let that bean out and drop them in with the coffee ground. So as it drips, it gets that infusion of flavor into it, and then
Disclaimer, if you die, it's on
you will not die.
Word.
if you die,
Foundation 101
if
did not send
yeah,
you to
know
do
what?
this.
If you die from that, you stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, it's really, you just take the vanilla beans, like fresh vanilla beans. I mean, Madagascar makes some great ones. And, just put them in there. So you can do it with cinnamon sticks, too.
Sure, it's delicious.
You
But
will
what's-
never do it.
What's been going on in the news? Anybody know?
Well.
A lot of political legislation. Changing.
Healthcare. They try and get rid of that Obama.
Yeah. This. I don't know. There's something going on. I don't want to bring out the conspiracy theories, but I'm gonna open up that third
But I
eye.
don't know. These Republicans are tripping over themselves right now.
But when you start looking at the political aspect of it, that's what you're being portrayed. So as they're starting to talk about this Obama, the Affordable Care Act versus what's Trump's policy?
Nothing.
Trump's whatever.
Nothing.
Yeah, we don't talk about Trump, right?
Nothing.
There's nothing in Trump.
Trump.
No plan.
So when we talk about that, what's really going on behind the scenes with the news? Because those type of things, you're taking away people's health care. You're taking away people's ability to be in this country illegally, or like their children, and being able to receive benefits until they get their green card with DACA, right? So when you have these type of things, it seems like behind the scenes they're preparing something. And for me, honestly, I don't trust the government for shit.
Right.
Never. You know what I'm saying? So when they start presenting these type of acts and legislation, now mind you, legal doesn't mean right.
Right.
So once they start making things legal and start doing things that ain't right, what Hitler did was completely legal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you start presenting like that to the people, to me, myself, I'm about to pack up my bags and shit. Like,
on the,
hit
on
Canada, see what them niggas talking about.
On the healthcare point, it's like, to me, they just doing that so they can tiptoe around universal healthcare, because we should have been had universal healthcare. We one of the only countries,
But they don't want us to have
civilized
universal
countries,
healthcare.
and that's why I think they make it so in the media. Oh, this act is coming on, and this is going to be what we need, or
They
this
give
is
us a
what we
1
trying-
and a 2 to fight against each other.
And so we don't say but we just want universal. Like, we don't want that or that. We want universal healthcare.
That's what the Foundation 101 is. The third option. When it gets to that point, it got to grow and mature to that point. But when we get to that point, it's the third option. Okay, here's our political legislation. So what do y'all feel like healthcare should be like? What do y'all feel like?
It should just be, you sick, you should get help.
Right,
Like, why is that even like a
It-
question?
precisely. Like, look.
We are a society
If you have the
built of
ability-
everybody. How can we say no to one person part of our society?
And along with that, education is key. The more you know, the better you'll do. So if you're not only do you get health care, like, well, for example, if you're taught from an early age that the FDA's food pyramid shit is complete and utter trash, because the FDA is a government regulated conspiracy itself. So once you establish that that's trash, you'll make better food choices. If you make better food choices, you'll be healthier. You know what I'm saying? I would tell anybody, if you can avoid getting sick, do so. But if you do get sick, and the doctor's there to, like, it shouldn't be a question of whether or not you should be able to purchase your medication or get this surgery or whatever, and pay pay for your your rent or your mortgage or whatever. I've sold health insurance for Medicare. You know what I'm saying? Now, I am, unfortunately, because of that, because I was a legally licensed representative of the insurance industry, I can't disclose certain aspects of Medicare's laws and Medicare and Medicaid's laws or whatever, because I would get put in jail for that. But I can say this unequivocally: it's a scam. Insurance in itself, the way the American
they bet money to lose.
Yeah, the way the American insurance industry is set up, and that's pharmaceutical, that's healthcare, that's Medicare, that's it's all designed to keep you sick and dying, so that you keep paying more and more to get better and better, but you never get better. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice that you every time you go to the doctor, you never feel like you get above water? You know what I'm saying? I personally don't go to doctors as often as I possibly can. I'm a well individual. I don't get sick often. I take care of myself. So screw it, because I don't feel like, and not for nothing, I don't feel like the doctors in this country are really that good.
I can't say I don't go. I have insurance.
What, right?
Thank God. So I do
I don't
go
go to
from time to time.
at all.
Holistic.
I wouldn't say that. I just don't feel the need.
Yeah.
No, I don't go to doctors for a holistic reason.
Right.
I feel like you go to a doctor, their job is to find something wrong with you.
Right.
So if you enter into that atmosphere, something's gonna end up being wrong with you.
That's why I don't take my car to the mechanic. Rationale right there. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
Check engine light on. Well, that's just a suggestion.
Tell me something wrong.
Hold up. I don't think that's what I said though. That's not what I said though.
Same thinking.
Alright, I mean but don't take my thinking and just about that shit.
I'm applying it to everything.
I don't go to the mechanic unless my shit already messed up.
Exactly. That's what I do with my body.
So you take
my
your
ankle broken, I'm going to the doctor. If I'm not fucked up, I ain't going to the doctor.
Fair enough.
I see the thinking,
but that's not exactly the greatest.
But that's not where I was going with it.
It's been going pretty good so far. So until then,
I can't be mad at you.
Rebel forever. Rebel. That's what's up.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know what might ever make you sick? So you should never ever do it. Don't ever cut your hair, yo. Because I think the minute you do that, it's going you're going to immediately feel like.
I wouldn't cut my hair anyway.
I swear. Because I felt that way when I cut my hair off the first time. I felt mad ill after. Like I didn't feel good.
Why do you think that is?
Because this connection that I have to this here, like this, I think this personally is my crown, and it keeps me protected. Like this is another extension of my essence and being. You know what I'm saying? And it should be here.
Y'all feel about that way?
Close to your brain.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's
I
a
was
connection
talking
with
to
your
my
brain
mom
and your
other
hair.
day, and she was like, "Your hair is your character." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Well, now that you're growing locks, she was like, no one lock is the same. So whoever has locks, their one locks are not the same, and it goes for everybody else. So it's like it really is your character. It's like these are how mine formed. You know what I'm saying? This is me. This is over time because you don't trim it or anything like that, unless you do. But like naturally, you don't trim it. You just let it grow, do its thing, and it's just like that's your character. You know for how long your hair goes, what you went through that time, and so you can always just look back in the mirror, put your hair up, and be like, "Yo, this is crazy." Like, yeah, I remember when this part of my time, my hair was like this, and so happened. And
Your mom got
like,
drugs?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how it feels. You be looking at old pictures and you see the growth. It's like, damn.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She was like, "Yo, it's your character. It's your character." Because I was talking about it with a job, because I'm going through the wild stage right now. I'm like, yeah, my hair look great, and she was like, "Yo, that's your character. Like they're going, you could throw it back if you want to, but like don't go too crazy over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're supposed to like you for like your work ethic, things like that. Not your appearance. So if they tripping, don't worry about it. That's your character. You don't want to cut it, then don't cut it." Like, yeah.
No, I'll never cut my hair. No,
It is what it is.
Never again.
So that's what I feel like it is to me.
I told my girl if she ever cut my hair, I'm breaking up with her.
Absolutely. Sober.
Breaking up with her.
I don't even think I would say it neither.
I just assume.
I just started packing sneakers up, packing drawers up.
Like, where are you going?
Not even saying nothing. I'm calling my homie like, yeah, I'm definitely crashing tonight. I'm crashing tonight until I get a new place.
What happened? She cut my hair.
She cut my character. No.
Yeah, that might be the realest shit I ever heard about some hair, son. Like, that's how it be on point. Like,
shout out to my mom.
Yeah, right. She owns she said VP in Verizon.
Yeah, but she be doing hair too.
Shout out to Black Excellence.
For real, it's always a blessing.
And then what else has been happening in the news? What did Trump say about North Korea?
Oh, well, look, man. I'm telling you right now, man, and I got to say this. Donald Trump is about to get us assaulted on some straight nuclear level. And to any of my family and friends that are in California or along the Pacific Rim, please, man, just be careful, keep an eye out, and just,
honestly, because nuke us, ain't much they could do.
There ain't much they can do.
You can see it coming, but
try and get out as fast as you can.
Y'all really scared of nuclear war? Is that a real?
In this day and age, I didn't used to think so, but in this day and age, nowadays, with the two most tyrannical idiots running around,
to be honest,
I don't see how we should.
It's only scary if you survive it.
But I don't even think it's gonna happen.
No, I was just saying, if it was to, if you like die because of it, like that's probably a quick death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be instantly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The people who survive are probably gonna hurt more than us, to be honest. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
But I think that's just them trying to keep us in fear. Cause hysteria.
Yeah, that's why I'm not
do
too
things
scared.
of that nature.
I mean,
to calm the
building collapse on me.
I can
out.
agree with that too.
I didn't even know what happened. I was going to the store.
But I ain't gonna lie. It's just that, like I said, I would be inclined to believe that too. But like I said, the two asshats that are going at each other are completely and utterly unhinged. And quite frankly, I don't have any faith in much of humanity in that aspect. Like,
yeah, you have to have faith in.
But
I mean,
but you gotta look at the current media.
Shit.
Like we've been looking, what they've been talking about for the last couple.
Fear mongering.
They've been talking about impeaching Trump. Has that happened?
Well, no, but come on, man.
So if we can't expect them to impeach somebody that they've been talking about for months in the news about impeaching, and now they want to talk about a nuclear war. Now we just gonna believe this?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. It took them I think it was like 6 months before they impeached Clinton. Like it was a process they had to go through.
But then again, Clinton hadn't. Well, he lied on the stand. But besides that, he hadn't broken any laws. This man has obstructed justice. Mm-hmm. This man has gone on record saying he'll grab bitches by the pussy. Mm-hmm. But we can't impeach him. He's tried to lean on FBI directors to get his mans off. Like he's at war right now with the NFL players because of their protests. They're non-violent, non-threatening protests, but he's calling them all sorts of sons of bitches and things like that, talking about Kaepernick. And where was these sons of bitches comments when it was Nazis, dude? Like, what the fuck, man? And at the end of the day, like, if you haven't seen it happen already, you shouldn't expect it. Like, he's not getting impeached. Black people, buckle up. Survive the 4 years,
ride, baby.
Survive his term, and that's it. Like, we just gonna have a new president. So it's just.
I was watching this interview with Jay-Z. I don't know if y'all seen it. He was like, "Whenever we go through darkness, there's gonna be a light coming. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't, because we've handled worse situations." So I feel like it might not even get too crazy. He just might talk, be on his dumb shit.
Scary. He gonna wild out,
but if he do wild out for any chance, it just be like,
it's not gonna be nothing that we can't get through.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean,
but that's the wrong way to look at it. Right. That's the wrong. I mean, this is my personal. I gotta go against you on that, brother. Because if we got the same mindset, okay, let's just get through these 4 years. We done had that mindset for a minute now. Mm-hmm. That's why Obama didn't do anything. You know, like honestly, he didn't do anything specifically for not legislation wise, but for the black stance in America. You know
when I mean like we gonna get through it, I mean like we gotta build ourselves politically.
Yeah, but all right. So I want to change the wording on it. You gotta capitalize on these times right now,
but not to focus on the presidency itself, though.
I feel you, because you know he's just one man and he's just a figurehead anyway. He's just a popularity.
That's what I'm saying.
But for black people at this point in time, let's utilize this period of time. You feel me? Because there's number one, there's a lot of like chaos going on within the country. So when there's chaos, when there's friction, there's change. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of things happening. That look around the world, everything is getting shooken up between the natural disasters, between this fear mongering, this proposing of war, legislation, the people, rallies, and there's a division. There's a lot of chaos going on in the world right now. You got to be blind not to see it. So when you see that, you got to utilize that for change. You see what I'm saying? So like when y'all be talking about, oh, he did the 4 years or he did the joint, I peep, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I understand it. The political system is going through this. You know what I'm saying? But I be thinking about like spiritual warfare. You feel me? I equate everything back to spiritual warfare. So I'm looking at this like, there's mad demons. You feel me? Like evil spirits. The spirit of something bad going on in the world right now. You over here cutting people's ability for life, basically, with the DACA, Affordable Care Act, Trump Care, all of this thing. That's health and things of that nature. I don't believe in the pharmaceutical industry, nor do I believe in a lot of these doctors and hospitals. But it's still a means to getting healthy for a certain amount of people. So you cutting that off. Then you cutting off borders. Then you know what I mean? Like inflation rates is getting crazy. Interest rates getting crazy. You got to work this amount of hours just to stay above water. So all of this is going on. You're attacking the spirit of an individual. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's man-made things. Like,
nah, but
to me, the world to me is benevolent in nature. So no matter what, even if they was to fuck this whole shit up and it's bad for humans, like, at the end of the day, the world gonna go through its cycle no matter what.
But we might not make it through the next cycle if niggas keep doing the thing.
But what is so bad about not making it? The world has been here before
cool.
Humans, and it's
That
ain't a fair, man.
But here's the thing: I would like to be around to see this planet flourish as much as humanly possible, and
we gotta leave it in the best interest,
right? Because I plan on having some kids, and I want my kids to be able to live good in a good place where it's beautiful, not where you got oil rigs everywhere taking lifeblood out of the planet Earth and fucking shit up, and people in general don't have health care. So now you got sicker and sicker people. You're getting rid of people. You're deporting people just because, cool, their parents may have been here illegally, but if they really contributed to society in some way, then let them rock, man. Like, I don't, like, if you genuinely fear the cat from DR taking your job, you better work harder, dog. Straight cheese. Because, like, I'm sick of them using that as an excuse. Like, oh, they're coming to take our job. Motherfucker, I got a job. You got a job. If you don't have a job, get a job. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And recognize that shit. There's people who have it much harder than you. There's some people who fucking, because of circumstances and shit, can't get jobs. So fuck you for your dumb shit thinking, oh, they're gonna come take my jobs. No, how about you fucking share?
Yeah, but that's that propaganda we be talking about. They be telling people that's the problem. They be telling people that's the issue, but it's not really the issue. But they doing, man, what they doing to people's minds, what they doing to people's spirits out here. They turning them into a certain type of individual by pumping this shit in front of their face. You feel me? They removing all the spirit and essence of life out of living.
Right.
So now they just holding on to this. There's enough resources. Like you said, life is abundant. There's enough resources so everybody on this planet can flourish, but they'll trick you into thinking it's not. So now you got to fight the next person, or you got to attack the next person, or there's an enemy now. There's a versus. There's a you versus this. There's a Trump versus Obama. All they do is do that, so then your mind is split. Nah, and they've been playing with us for too long.
And that's why we gotta watch what we put our energy into as well.
What we putting our energy into nowadays?
And we can't be putting it into this political system, these political policies and things of that nature, because we gotta get back to the natural way of living. And if we get back to the natural way of living, nature's going to do what nature's going to do.
Right.
And that's all. Nature's undefeated.
Take its course.
Undefeated. That's some real shit. Nature undefeated. Undefeated.
Like I ain't trying to go toe-to-toe with Mother Nature. Neither none of these motherfuckers who talking all this racket shit either.
Because Kim
Jong, he don't want it.
Right.
Trump don't want it. Mother Nature will defeat everybody. We've seen with Hurricane Harvey.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Look at that earth. Look at that earth spirit. Look at that spirit that's traveling through this world right now. 3 hurricanes back to back, 3 earthquakes back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like Mexico just got hit with another one.
They said
8.7, 7.1, 6.1. Like
Pray for everybody.
You know what I mean? Like, the world is, look, she's fighting back. And, like you said, you won't beat her. So, like, chill, sit on your ass, and live. Like, take the time to enjoy life, man, because otherwise, what the fuck is the point? Like, man, listen, you're right. It is a spiritual warfare against the people's livelihood, against life.
But speaking on nature, let's talk about the natural family unit. And let's get on a topic that's big in black culture.
We gonna touch fatherlessness?
Fatherlessness.
Alright, well,
That's what we going with.
we mind us taking a break real quick? We're gonna take a quick break and get right back to you. Cool.
Alright, so welcome back. We've got our brother Chef Zeke with us now.
Woo!
Cooking it up.
Fatherlessness in the black community. I know a lot of people have experienced that, so anybody want to be the first to dive in on the topic?
You know what?
Okay,
I've
Chef.
had a long week, so that's what I'm gonna hit y'all with because my father is from Honduras. That man right now is in Honduras, and first of all, let me put it this way. I think one of the family issues in the world is no communication. The thing that hits that child deeply is the fact that you don't want to tell him the reality of life. And the people go, oh, they cannot handle this. Oh, they will not be okay. Oh, that is not, I'm sorry. For that child, that is not your decision. They need to understand why daddy's not here. Why is mommy struggling so much? Why is my brother acting like this? Why? Because that question is in their head, and it's to me, it's messed up to make him ask or her ask those questions and not giving them an actual understanding of it. Because I found out my father was in Honduras a few years ago. My father contacted me for 2 weeks after he left, and that was the last time I ever heard from that man again. I thought and presumed that he was dead in my eyes. Growing up without a father is one of the hardest things to do in America, specifically. Because the tradition that we hold and the things that we celebrate, everything we represent, always has a two-parent home. The American dream is a two-parent home. It's two. But what happens when you grow up with a one-parent home? What happens when your mother comes home one day out of frustration and anger because she's by herself? And she may be taking out on that child. You do not understand what she is going through, because when a parent is by themselves, it's a different playing field. They are judged every day when they go to work. They are judged when they pick you up from school. They are judged when they can't pick you up from school. I remember child services was getting called on me just because my shirt was crinkled up. But little did they know, the morning that I woke up, the person taking care of me was my brother. How do you live in this world like that? And for those fathers out there who don't understand what a parent goes through, or what your wife or what your boyfriend is going through, what your husband or what your girlfriend is going through, or what your husband or what your wife is going through, you guys really need to take that picture and understand something. Just because you can't communicate properly with your girlfriend or your wife, y'all need to practice that, because these children are the sacrifice and the cost of what you guys are leaving behind. The destruction, every hood, every ghetto that's created, there's a sacrifice that was in place before that children came place. So if you look back at slavery, when the kids were snatched from those parents, this is that cycle of life. And I don't know if not all people believe in if all people believe in the sins of the parents get passed on to a child. But me personally, I'm trying to figure that out. Because I just came back from the Bronx, and I just saw my father's mother, and she's on her way out. And I just met her for the first time as an adult, and now I can really understand who she is. But his sister decided to give me all that information and I understand something. But to me, it still messes me up, because what does he have to say for what he's done? And for all you fathers, all you children out there that are fatherless or motherless, we understand y'all are important. Y'all are important. It may not be easy, but y'all get it. So keep striving to be great. So that's what I view on it.
Anyone else?
that was really.
That was Chef Zeke, man.
That was touching. But I'm in the same type of I can't say I'm in the same. Well, my mother was in the same situation. Like I was a fatherless child, but like I see where you're coming from, but it could also be a positive thing, so to speak, because my mom, because it was just her, she made sure I was never without. You know what I'm saying? So it was never really like the holidays we celebrate, whatever the case may be. Like that never mattered to me. Like I never felt like I missed out on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, where's my dad? Why my dad don't want me? Type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But when I did get to that age shit, it's not like she didn't try to. It's not like she tried to hide from me why my dad was gone. Like I said, like it was out of sight, out of mind. I never missed nothing, so I never spoke to it. But like when I got to a certain age, she just told me like, yo, like I don't like your father, whatever the case may be, boom, boom, boom. But it's not his fault why he's not around. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole situation. Him, my grandmother, blah blah blah. She was already fucking with him. Like,
I hear you.
My dad was a wild nigga, whatever the case may be. So she kind of like made it hard for him to see me. But what my mom blamed him for was like over time he never tried to come back. You know what I'm saying? He never tried to like link up or whatever the case may be. But now recently we linked up, but it's not the same. I treat him more like my nigga now than, you know, my pops, whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying? But like growing up like that, my mom made sure I was good. My grandfather made sure I was good. So I always had that manly figure in my life. But to be honest, I was raised by majority women, bro. Majority of women. Like I had dudes around, but it was never like the same type of ratio. You know what I'm saying? I had my uncle, my grandfather, another uncle, and like little cousins and shit like that. And shit's been smooth. Like I can't say like, damn, that fatherless shit is crazy, because it's like it's crazy, but it doesn't stop you from doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, we're
Makes
fatherless. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look. See, I've got this thing. Like my pops passed when I was 11, right? And my grandpa's passed. I guess I was maybe 6. I don't have any uncles. You know what I'm saying? That I know of. You know. I grew up with my mom, my sister. I have older brothers, but I can't say that my older brothers were my father figure. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we all just 4 years apart each. You know what I'm saying? So your experience ain't that much grander than mine. You know what I'm saying? But I did get to see. Like I knew my pops. It wasn't like he wasn't just there. Like he and my mom separated or whatever. The case may be, and quite frankly, I never really got the gist or answer as to why that occurred. And now that they both gone, I'll never get that answer. But the truth is, like, so there's certain things that I think I missed out on a lot of, like just having that my own father to vibe with, or my own grandpops to vibe with on the more adult level now. Like I'm missing that. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I can see things a certain way, like there's mad questions I wanted to ask them. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I had to learn how to do all the man things on my own. You know what I'm saying? But I did get to see a lot of great fathers. I know a lot of great fathers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my older brother Diggle, you know what I'm saying? He not only did he take care of his daughter with my sister, but he basically adopted her 3 kids too. You know what I'm saying? My sister got 4 kids. He adopted them and loved them as if they were his own. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I remember we had a conversation about, you know, dating girls with kids and everything, and that's kind of where I get that from. Like, you know what I'm saying? You date a girl with kids, they your kids. You know what I'm saying? For better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. My brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, my older brother Cornbread, you know what I'm saying? While he's not, like, you know, he's a father figure mainly because of his life experiences, and I can listen to that and learn from him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and my boy LeVar and Lance, they dad Joe, Big Joe, like Joe is my pops. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if I have to say who's your dad, I can say Big Joe is my pops too. You know what I'm saying? Their moms adopted me, just like my boy Vega and Dwayne, their moms adopted me too. You know what I'm saying? But even them, I know they didn't grow up in a household with their pops. You know what I'm saying? They know they pops sparingly, but their uncles was always around, and I got to experience them and be around that and learn from that. And I think one of my favorite father figures I got was my Uncle Ron. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy Justin and Joey. That's their uncle. And Uncle Ron was cool as the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know no other way to describe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a smooth line. He's cool on the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you ever hear me say, "Yo, don't even do it and find something to do," that was Uncle Ron's. Every time we left him, that's what he always said to us. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. And you know, and it could have been whatever was going on in my life at the time. You know what I'm saying? They always taught me to look up, be positive, and don't even do it. Find something to do. And that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? So I can say that I've known a lot of great dads in my life. My boy LaVar, he's a fantastic father. My brother Randy, he's a fantastic father. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look to that and I recognize that these are traits and qualities that I want to have when I eventually have some kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to bring that to them and teach them and mold them in a way that's positive and they can be proud of. And I think that my moms and my pops and everybody would be proud of. You know? So
you feel like if there's somebody else, then the fatherless community would be different?
I think if every fatherless child that grows up in the hood had an opportunity,
not even just the hood though,
just in general, you're right. I think if every fatherless child, and the reason I stress the hood is because that's where I'm from. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, and there's hoods all over. Everybody got a hood. You know what I'm saying?
But there's people fatherless that don't live in
exactly. So for them, and I'll say anybody who doesn't have a father, you got to find that positive male role model where you can keep your eye open and your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Keep your ears open. Listen. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite teachers in the world was Mr. George Lagon Jr. Taught me everything I know about photography and computers. Now, I may not know much more about computers now, but photography I kept. You know what I'm saying? I'm a photographer now because of that guy. You know what I'm saying? And it just, you know, these are things that stuck because it was positive. He taught me a skill that I can carry.
He probably should have chose the computer shit.
Probably. I probably should have. You're right, but you know what? Graphic designers don't get as many girls as photographers. You know what I'm saying? So that was my way of thinking when I was young. Stupid. I was a dumb kid, man. Let me down.
You know, speaking of father figures, like, you know, I know Kiva. You know, I know that, you know, you have a stepfather. You know, just on this, you know, just men said, man, you know, we all have that different view. I'm kind of curious because I got something to say, but like just to hear your view kind of makes me, it makes you feel something. So I'm really curious about your view. I
mean, see, me personally, I don't try to feed into personal relationships as much as other people do. So as far as caring about or noticing things or differences of that nature, I wouldn't have, because I somehow I'm oblivious to shit like that.
That's that God. I'm telling you.
They got a point.
Call it what you want. But to me, it's like having a stepfather would have been the same as not having a father, because I don't connect with people. Like, everything I did, like if I needed something, I just did it myself. I'm not the type to ask other people to help me with something else. I'll try to figure it out myself. If I can't figure it out after trying numerous times, then I'll see it.
You have siblings?
Yeah, I have an older brother, younger sister.
Don't dig.
No, well, I mean, so you're the middle child. Yeah. So now let me ask you, your older brother, just how does he function in that environment? Do you know?
As far as what?
Just like growing up with the step pops and everything like that.
I think he was a little more rebellious to it than I was.
Okay.
I don't think I was as rebellious, because as far as interactions, I think they probably beefed a little bit more than we did. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why I didn't get that. And then my sister, that was his daughter.
Right.
So, you know, that was his
favorite.
That's
automatic, yeah.
I didn't have the hate connection. I didn't have the love connection. I was just him.
Yeah.
Word.
See, that's an interesting concept. You know,
but where were you going with this? What did you have on your mind?
All right. So my view on it, as being another middle child, I always return to that middle child situation because people don't really understand what that can consist of, because it can go one or two ways, good or terribly bad. Me not having a father in a lifetime, in this, I just want to just speak on this country alone and what we're set on, just the way our values are set. my mother was my father and my mother. But me being the third child, she's already seen what she's wanted to see in the other children. With me, it's like you kind of either A, are so tired and exhausted you go a different route, or you just want me to be better. My mother personally, she's been through a lot of things. Not having that partner to talk to. I didn't really have a stepfather. I didn't really have that opportunity. I did have dudes in life that were here for a little while, but when not having a father and men that can't step up to that plate want to step in, they become temporary fields. Mm-hmm. Like, they're all temporary with a different angle in life. Oh, I'm here. Don't worry, you can talk to me, and then they're gone. Oh, I'm here. Gone. And I just want to just speak out to those kids that maybe they didn't have that opportunity to meet those men who aren't temporary, or the brother who is good, or that sister who is good, or that mom that can guide you. Because I'm not going to hold you. These moms that be going out there, they don't know everything in the world, but they know that they love you. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the dudes who's been watching Foundation 101, I want to just give him a shout out, which his name is Tristan Cox. He had wanted me to speak out on, moms taking their frustrations out on children. Mm-hmm. Now, my view on that is, no, you shouldn't. Because as a child, you really don't understand what's happening. You don't understand why she's so angry, why she's so frustrated, why she's yelling.
And as a kid, you don't have the forthright of mind to ask her why.
Right, you don't know if you should hug her.
Because right, and the truth is, the minute you think in your mind, damn, if I ask why, she gonna beat my ass.
That's it. But and that's the thing, you start this form of fear.
Right.
And I feel like even growing up, if every year you grow up with that form of fear within you, it makes you take a step back of standing up for something. Mm-hmm. Not letting something just go by, because then you just get used to not asking what's wrong. Right. Dealing with getting yelled at. Oh, nah, that's mom. Yeah. That's mom. And your mom probably was never like that. Your mom might have been the most beautiful flower in the field. And just like all of a sudden now she don't drain down. She's tired. She got 5 kids and all these men that wanted to get the chance, or she can't get a man because she got 5 kids. And those fathers who don't want to step into a woman's life who has children, which I understand, because if you really, really understand what it means to take care of somebody else's child, another man's child, or another woman's child, mm-hmm. that is a serious thing.
True. But it's funny. I mean, but let's look at some of the reasons and why there's no fathers in the home. Like, you've got prison, which is unerringly filled with many black men. Mm. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, what happened to them all? Where'd they all go? I remember walking through the hood and seeing older cats.
I don't think that's where the fatherlessness comes from.
I mean, I said that's a part of it.
I think it's deeper. I think it's to the point where we got to start taking relationships more seriously.
Certainly.
And not just girlfriend-boyfriend relationships, friendships.
Right.
Mother-child relationships. We got to start taking those more seriously, and then
do you have female friends?
Not really.
No. Well, all right. Any of y'all have female friends?
I had a few growing up.
All right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of female friends. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen them grow up with their pops, without or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And now that some of them are mothers, you know what I'm saying? You can see kind of the fray of everything, but it's a little different, you know what I'm saying? But you've got prisons, you've got the 80s was crack cocaine. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember going to school and them coming in with special volunteers to show us what crack vials look like to avoid them.
See, and I'm a whole just before I don't want you to move, because that was a power. That time period was crazy.
Don't do drugs,
but I will refuse to let that be handed over so easy to those fathers who give excuses to walk away from families. Right. Because there are fathers out there that don't understand how to be a father, right. Because that continuous cycle of not having a father is so strong. So you must really go out there and really learn something. Right. Because when the cocaine epidemic came out, it was for the fathers who got locked up, or the fathers who were sick and tired of not being able to support their family. So what they did, they went out to them streets, and they knew the streets would respect their hustle. They went for the hustle. The government figured that shit out. Oh, all right, that's what we're doing. Yeah, black men in America, that was a definite handicap, because they went out there, they tried to make money the easier way, and then the government was not having that.
But the government are the ones who supply the crack crack cocaine.
So when the government don't get a nice piece,
and mind you, this isn't like it's secret anymore. They're about to make a movie with Tom Cruise about this shit. Like it's not.
It's already out.
It's out.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
out.
is fact.
and I said, we got mad movies, and even the way the more the black man in America is even depicted, he's so much cooler as a gangster.
Right.
He is so much cooler as a gangster. I'm sorry, I don't know if you see some of these gangster movies that black man's doing. I'm like,
Oh yeah, New Jack City was like it when I grew up.
And that's what I see.
That's y'all generation.
Paid in full.
You know what I'm saying? That was y'all
Come on
generation.
now.
Paid in full. But we had Heat, not Heat. What was the other one? The one with it was a joint with Lawrence Fishburne, and he was it was a dope flick.
And I was
You
just
know
looking
what I
at
mean?
it.
But-
It does. I see what you're saying.
But
It
the
does
profit-
sound like a cop out,
Right. It certainly
And then
is.
we got what we have to
Definitely.
do as a community. Like we keep talking about, oh, we need to do this. We need to do. What we need to do is unify, and we need to start valuing family traditions in the black community.
That's
right.
And that's like you can't just be walking around here trying to fuck every girl
And-
and then think like, all right, if I have a kid, I'm gonna just pay child support.
But
That's the problem.
along with that, we also need to think about it like this, yo. You're a new father. You don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Where do you go for help? Where do you go for support? And
It doesn't
and-
mean an excuse.
Like, I
But
don't
no,
understand where
I'm
you're
not.
going with
No.
that.
What I mean is, we need to establish a system of support for our young black fathers and allow them to be able to learn and adapt to this amazing life change. Women kind of take to it automatically because it's
got it from mothers.
right. It's maternal. They had that from mothers. Fathers don't have anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we need to establish something.
But they
like
had that for
them.
single mothers. We're not talking about.
They had that. So what we need to do is establish those guidelines and standards that allow us to keep those parents together
And
you know,
then
to
that's what
help to
starts
counsel them.
family tradition.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And starting to value interpersonal relationships.
Right.
And then when we start doing that main thing right there, then we can start fixing the problem because you're not going to be just fucking every girl
Right.
you see.
But-
and then when you do have a seed, it doesn't mean nothing to you because she was just some hoe you was fucking. But when you actually care about the person you're fucking,
now what
and
you-
then when she has a baby, that's not going to be your baby mama. That's not going to be anything other than the mother of your child because you take that relationship serious.
You know what's funny?
There's no one that teaches you.
I
Like, when you say that they have the Planned Parenthood, right?
Uh-huh.
For like single mothers,
Right.
Like, why not make fathering an issue too? Because it's like if they gave more information about what it means and what it takes to be a good father or a responsible lover, or not even lover, but you talking about stop fucking every hoe.
Right.
All right, so cool. But the fathers are the ones that's supposed to be telling your son that. The
Right.
fathers are the ones supposed to be explaining their course of sexual history
Right.
so that you don't repeat the same mistake. But they not there, so they got to start somewhere. But where are the programs to help out?
So you telling me mothers can't instill those same values in their sons?
No, and you know what? I'm not on an official panel because I don't want to speak on it from my point of view. But I tell you right now, no, a woman cannot raise a man the way a woman and a man can raise a man.
Right.
And that's how
I'll
I
agree
feel
to
about
that
it.
point, but that doesn't mean that you can't have those same values still instilled in
No,
you.
and
I'm
Just
saying,
better
but,
does not mean good
I
doesn't
feel you,
exist.
But what I'm saying is, let's present that on a societal level for the ones that don't get those type of principles or don't get those type of lessons growing up. Let's instill something the same way we instill things for the single mothers, the same way we instill these laws and legislation. Let's install some education.
Right. Right.
But I don't think that's like single mothers get that after they have the kid.
So
You-
single
you
mothers
ask-
can actually get it
but you-
beforehand
but-
as well.
but
That's
you're-
cool,
but no-
but
but
what
you're
you said
asking
earlier,
for
it's
the-
the same thinking.
But
It's
you're
not the same
asking for
thing, it's the same
for them
thinking.
for us to raise fathers, which is what we should be doing as a society. But you looking to the government, or who are you looking for to
no.
establish?
But why not the government? Don't we give them the consent
But
to
see-
take every other control of our life?
But
They
that's
taking
the
our
So
problem.
we're
money,
just gonna give them
taking
another
our
thing to
taxes.
take control of?
No, but
And they have.
This
They have.
This is installing education.
No, they have. That's what we can't ignore that they have it. The government has stepped in. Our problem is last episode I had said something about we don't see color. I think our issue in the world, right, for black people specifically, we do not realize how far that shit goes back of not taking care of our children. Because at one point they were snatched from the mother. The mother who did not have a chance, who carried them for 9 months, however that baby was conceived. Men are supposed to be the seed givers. The women are the field, the women are the trees that plant, but we are the seed givers. They hold that for us because it's the safest way to hold a child. That's it. I'm sorry. Any unorganic way you want to do it, whatever. I know we coaches, but I'm saying, but the women they're the holder. The reason why we need each other because we're the planter and the farmer. That's how we grow things.
So that got to be the focal point of the education we give to them.
Which-
And I'm saying this, and I'm saying this from a nation building, our own community stance. Yeah, I do think that's the role of the people you give your power to teach that lesson, that very lesson he just was saying. You got to teach that to people because that's not something you grow up and just understand.
But it starts in the household because you can't.
But what's in our household? You see what I'm saying?
And well, hold on. And what I think he's trying to say is, there are certain aspects of being a man that a woman just can't teach you.
Now,
Frank,
take a look at yourself.
Right.
And take a look at your life experiences.
Right.
Now, think about what I've been saying. How do you treat women?
I treat women like queens.
And
now,
how many fathers did you have in your life?
One. And
biological.
Biological, one.
I'm saying, but how many in your life?
In my life, several.
I'm saying. You didn't have your fatherless child.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But you still treat women respectfully, and you were raised by a woman,
right?
But if you are a single woman child,
but it's beyond
a product of a single woman
that.
child.
It's beyond just how you treat a woman. It's how you treat yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just how you treat a woman. Like, yeah, you have to treat a woman as an extension of yourself. You have to treat your partner as an extension of yourself. But you also have to be able to bolster your own back.
I can't. I'm sorry. That, to me, this treating yourself shit, I understand. But in reality, you don't know how. Like, I'm
not talking about being selfish. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is,
but what is a father figure? You don't know what a father figure is because he's just another man. You can't call someone a father figure.
It depends on your experience.
Just hear me out. Because I just want. I'm sorry. Let me just fix that a little bit. What I'm saying is, how can you understand what a father figure is? First of all, I'm not saying like specifically. What I was just saying as a person. Right. When you don't have a father, you just know someone's treating you well. Someone's treating you better. He's just a man, right? Does that make him a father figure? It makes him a father figure. Or does that make him a good man?
It depends on the situation.
Okay,
yeah,
so now your mother, who was at home with you, majority of the day or whatever, during your was it 4 years?
Hold on. Before you finish that, you're taking father figure as like other men that your mother is seeing. Like,
no, I'm not.
So why you keep saying like dates and stuff like that? Like,
yeah, because my thing
takes a community to raise a child.
Right, man. Yeah. I'm not, because my thing is this, man.
Because y'all talking about men coming in and out of people's lives, but it's not even about that. Because my father figure was like my grandfather, my uncle, and stuff like that. So they was always there. So that's how I could tell what a father figure is, because he's a father. You know what I'm saying? He's not my father, but he's a father, and he's showing me the same type of love that he would to his child, to me, which was my mother. So that's how I knew how to still be a man without having my actual father be there. That's why I felt like I didn't miss nothing. I didn't miss my actual father, because I had a good ass father figure, which I actually could call him my father. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so
the person that planted the seed doesn't. Like that shit is a title. A father is a title. To be honest, to be a father is just a title. The action, like how you say somebody, like he's saying, like, oh, you could meet somebody that has children or some shit like that. You could really be a father to her kids. You feel what I'm saying? That seed connection, yeah, that's a physical thing, but like that's also a title type of shit. Like it's all about feeling. It's all about the love you get.
And it's also how you It's the love you give. Like I said, man, I dated a young lady. She has a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids, but for all intents and purposes, you can't tell me that's not my daughter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You good at her, you getting at me, and I'm gonna whoop that ass. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So. And I get what you're saying. Yes, you can learn a lot from your moms and from the women in your life, but there are certain aspects of just being a man that it takes a man to teach.
And
you know what I'm saying?
We're just going to have to put a footnote in that one for now. But
leave it in the comments how you feel.
How
you feel about it. Write it down.
Hit us up. Like,
let us know.
Because if you have no father type figure, then you lose all aspects of any type of, how do I say, like primal instinct, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, there are certain things that I would love to ask my pops now. As a grown man, that I'm grown now, there are certain things that I just don't know about. First of all, about him, that I would love to know. Like you know what I found out about my pops? He lettered in 4 sports: football, basketball, track, and I think the long jump. Some shit like that. My pops was 6'5". You know what I'm saying? like he was an ill dude, but I learned this all later on in life. I never got the real chance to just kick it with my pops. But the one thing my pops did teach me is certain skills that I keep to this day: the skill of improvisation, the skill of viewing the world objectively. You know what I'm saying? My pops was he worked overnights for the Long Island Railroad. He repaired trains. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he lived a very crazy life, man. But I never felt like I was fatherless. You know what I'm saying? Because I could always go see my dad. I could always go holler. I used to leave my I used to go to PS 118 in Queens. I used to leave school on Wednesdays, walk out of school and walk to Sutphin Boulevard. Now, I don't know if y'all know New York like that, but from Hollis to Sutphin, it's fairly a distance. And I'm in the 3rd grade taking that walk by myself just to go see my pops. You know what I'm saying? And I'd spend the next 2 days with him and chill. And that's how I got my time in with my dad. So I never felt fatherless. You understand what I'm saying? And while I did learn a great many things from my mom, I have a keen mind just like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I learned a lot of self-sustaining values and nourishing values from my mom, my grandmoms, and everything. But there's certain aspects that even my brothers couldn't teach me. You know what I'm saying? Because my brothers are not fathers. Well, one of them is. You know what I'm saying? But they're not fathers. So I couldn't learn that from them.
Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying. But
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Signs out, Doc.
Fires burning all around, ashes falling to the ground. Someone save me, set me free. The smoke it settles on my skin. Don't play with fire.